Hi, good evening. I know the video is not the best now, but hopefully you can hear me fine. And yeah, I'm not going to be on for very long, but there's something that I do want to discuss with you, and that's with regards to the intro video on my channel, which speaks about um, making a choice with regards to what side of history that you want to be on. And we'll just wait for some more people to come in and then we can quickly tackle that topic. So let's see how many people we can get into this live stream. I know it's quite late at night and it's a public holiday, but I thought I'll just do that. We have 6 people in the stream now. So what we're going to be... Hi there, Randolph. So what we're going to be discussing is what side of history will you be on and what that means. There's many new people on this channel. And well, thousands of new people on the channel that aren't even aware that I toured around the country for more than a year, that I had more than 300 meetings, met with over 8,000 people, all people that subscribe to the channel. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Lydia. And yeah, so this won't be a very long live stream, but I want to speak very specifically. Hi, Randolph, all the way from Jeffreys Bay. I want to speak about the intro video to this channel. And for those of you that haven't watched it, please go and watch the intro video. And that video is about a choice that all of us have to make, to choose what side of history do we want to be on. And I just want to explain to you briefly what that choice is, and then hopefully that'll inspire you to go and look at the Moments in Time and the Question Everything series. And yeah, I see my wife has just arrived home, and yeah, it's great to have her back. She had some time out with old school friends of hers, and yeah, I know the video is not good because I'm on the laptop camera at the moment, so that you can only see my face. And hi, Kathy, thanks for coming on. So this is a very simple topic. What side of history do you want to be on? And go and watch that video. I give many clues in that video. And another thing that I do is make people question things, wonder about things. And this is what this channel is about. I want people to almost try to reorganize their minds and open their minds to new ideas, new concepts, as well as a new way of thinking. And one specific thing that I'll be introducing from Wednesday on will be the concept of what happened in South Africa now. South Africa was used as one of the world's largest experiments. I mean, many countries have been experiments, but how a whole new language and a whole new group of people were created um, as an experiment to actually prove this new world order concept, the one world order, where there's a one world government, a one world leader, and a one world religion. And believe it or not, that was actually played out right here in South Africa. And maybe if you will, some of you will start connecting the dots. But there's many organizations, some of them secret, that were involved in this project, and I think it's time now to start revealing that. But what you need to look at again, go and watch the intro video of this channel. What side of history will you be on? I don't speak in that video. It's just got pictures, it's got words, and think long and hard about what is in that video. There's many clues in there and things that will blow your mind if you actually understand what's happening. And we are getting to a point, and I mean, this is in a lead up to my presentation on Wednesday, the point of no return. We are at a point in history where it's actually exciting that we will be experiencing this time where humans will make a choice, and it's going to be wonderful to see how humans choose freedom, because most humans actually will. Some of them will succumb to the forces that will be exerted on them, but they will still want freedom, especially in South Africa. The majority of people want to be free. And this is very special, and this makes us a unique country. But that choice that you have to make is between the greater good ideology and individual liberty. And I just briefly want to explain the difference between the two for those of you that are new to this channel. The greater good ideology has been preached now for a very, very long time. Since the Enlightenment movement became to prominence in the 1400s, that is something that's been thought of a lot and taught. In other words, where you will relinquish your freedom for the greater good of other people, and you will lose your liberty, your freedom to choose, give up certain things, and then believe that that is actually better than you actually being able to be free. And it's absolute nonsense. It is what's causing the world to go down the toilet. Just like in future, you will not be able to choose whether you're male or female, old or young, a brother or sister, uncle, aunt, mother, father, or any of those things. And if you think this is dystopian, there's organizations around the world now driving this agenda. And it's plain and clear for everyone to see. And I think a lot of people just want to put their head in the sand, and that is why I made that intro video. The time for putting your head in the sand is over. You either need to be on one side or the other. And in South Africa, I believe most of the people will be on the side of individual liberty, freedom of choice, and that is going to be our saving grace. And this is why I don't have time for debate on this channel. I really don't. It's a waste of my time and anyone else's time. If someone doesn't believe um, in what I say, or and I tell people not to believe what I say. If someone goes and they do their own research and they don't agree with me, then believe something else. It's perfectly fine. Um, but I don't have time to debate you because I have my own beliefs, and based on those beliefs, I want to be free. I want my kids to have the freedom to make choices in future. And the people that control our government, our president, and many other people are taking those freedoms and choices away, not only from my kids, but from myself, my wife, our family, our communities, and many of the people I've met across the country. Our freedoms have been taken away, and it's not okay. I won't stand for it. I'm not happy because of it. So I want you to think about that. And a lot of the members, you'll be watching the Point of No Return on Wednesday evening after I load it, because I record that presentation. I want you to think long and hard about what I discussed there. But the first thing you need to do now is to make that choice in your life. What side of history do you want to be on? And you can start the journey now. Small steps, just like our freedom's been taken away, small steps at a time. You can start getting that freedom back with small steps at a time. The first bit of freedom that you can get back to yourself is to not to be brainwashed by the mainstream media machine that is controlled by these people that want to take your freedom away. So that's a good starting point. And from there, you can start taking baby steps. It doesn't have to all happen overnight. A lot of people tell me, but is there enough time till next year or the year after that? There's plenty time still. Okay. If you look at the plans that the global puppet masters have put out there, they have an agenda for 2030. They have an agenda for 2040, 2050, and beyond that. So based on those plans, we have a plan on the ground for South Africa, and hopefully we can make that plan grow into Africa and other places in the world. And I'm really grateful to be a part of that plan. Many of you have become a part of that plan yourself. Hi, Michael. Um, so, yeah, but Michael, you can go and look back at everything. Hi there, PC Littig. And for those of you that come on late now, I'm going to end very soon. This is not long. I want you to really go and think about what side of history you want to be on. And start thinking who's actually on the side of individual liberty, freedom to choose, etc., and who is not. And there's simple questions that you can ask to identify that. And you'll be very surprised to see that people that say all the things you want to hear will do anything to take your freedom away, and you don't even know it because you're not asking the right questions. And hi there, Michael, all the way from Amsterdam. Hi, Anonymous. What is the best choice for voting in the local elections? I've lost faith in the system. Do you abstain from voting? Anonymous, I can't ever tell you to abstain from voting. The first thing, what I'm talking about now, and this is not a question and answer session or anything like that, is that you are going to have to make a choice to decide which side of history will you be on, because people will be counted on one or the other side of history. And this is what you need to decide. There is actually a decision to make. And in the system that we find ourselves in within South Africa right now, the only democratic thing you can do, because there's nothing else that's democratic, is when you make that cross, okay? Because that cross gives you the right to change the system. It's the only way to change the system that will be internationally recognized, okay? So there's no other way to do that. And this is why my wife started the Organic Humanity Movement, the OM, which is a symbol for resistance. The OM is the resistance. And for that groundswell movement to happen, so that people will, when we have that critical mass, make that change, understand the change, prepare for the change, and then make that change. Because if we don't, we will be counted in history as people that tried but failed. And we'll go from scenario A to scenario B to scenario C very quickly. And scenario C is Mad Max, as I've said before. And that's not a world I want to live in. I don't want to take my kids into that world. So I'm not going to fail at this. And I'm sure all the other people that are with me in this, they're not going to fail at this either. So you must just decide which side you're on. And once you have decided what side of history you want to be on, then we can start working together, because then you need a plan to work with. This is very important. Okay. So elections is the only way legally to change the system, the constitution, the electoral act, and everything else. Without that, you have zero democracy or free choice. It's the only free choice we've been given, is the fact that the constitution allows us to change it. Okay, so people need to educate themselves first to understand the current system, why it was created to subvert everything in this country, why the ANC was chosen as an organization that would fail to collapse the country. It was deliberately planned, and not by people in the ANC, by the people that funded them, actually put all the leaders where they are. And it was all very well orchestrated. If you understand the big global scale of the plan, then the politics that's happening now in the country will look very, very small to you. And I will on Wednesday start slowly releasing that level of information. It's going to be shocking to many people, but people need to hear it so that they can reorganize their minds. And it's going to be not a mind shift, it's going to be like a galaxy shift for most people. So, yes, I haven't discussed this with many people. There's a lady I spoke to earlier, it's the first person I mentioned this to, besides my wife. And it certainly knocked her for a six, I believe. It's not easy to take in information like that. Um, and it's going to become fascinating, because you're going to see how the first test for a one world leader and the first test for a one world nation happened right here on our shores. And many of you were a part and is still a part of that experiment. And yeah, I think it's going to knock many people's socks off, you know. And it's going to be interesting to see how the world powers see how successful that experiment was, because it took this new one world order group almost to the point of achieving superpower status, and then it was stopped abruptly. And the people that came to my double O days meetings, the longer meetings, you might start realizing what I'm talking about now. So I really look forward to Wednesday evening. Many people have responded to be there Wednesday evening. We have over 700 members on the channel now. That'll get that upload afterwards, and I will upload it that evening, the recording. You can look forward to that. But just remember, I want you to decide now. Go watch my intro video. Which side of history will you be found on? I really want to thank you for coming on. And maybe tomorrow night I'll do another live stream for everybody and discuss a few things in the country. I just wanted to put that out there. And then Wednesday evening, I'll do the live Zoom meeting with the people that have actually applied for that or RSVP'd, and then I will upload it for the members afterwards. Please, I uploaded quite a few videos today. They are very important, okay? And one thing that's important to understand is that what happened at Madupi was a combination after the investigation. It'll tell us of probably human error and or analyzing error, instrument error, and we'll find out later. But it was a normal. It's not a normal event, but it's there was nothing else involved. Um, so it was a normal plant event. It's a normal thing that I did many times myself as a plant operator. I started right at the bottom and worked my way up. So I understand very intricately what actually took place, and it's quite sad. It's happened a couple of times around the world, and for it to happen at one of the Eskom stations is really really sad. The generator was blown to pieces. The whole roof of the turbine all is gone, and it's going to take a lot of construction and work to fix that up. The foundations in that area is probably also quite affected. Maybe the turbines too, and the whole shaft. It was a big event. But a lot of people cry wolf immediately when something like that happens. People normally just wait until you get proper information and don't send things around on WhatsApp or anything else that you cannot verify. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Thank you very much for coming on. And I'm going to say goodbye now and spend some time with my wife. Remember, go and watch the intro video. What side of history will you be on? And then I look forward to Wednesday evening. Good night.